Hi, this is Lee. I just took the brand new TOEFL that started on January 21st, and my score just came back 5.5 out of 6 overall with a perfect 6 in reading. In this video, I'm not teaching strategies. I'm just going to walk you through the test day experience at a test center here in my home country. What actually happens at the test center, how strict security is, what the room feels like, and how long it actually feels when you take the exam. If you're taking TOEFL for the first time or you took the old version and you're nervous about the new one, this is for you. I'll talk about preparation and scoring in other videos. So first of all, what actually happens when you arrive at the test center? You check in with your passport at the front desk. They match your name, your ID, and your registration. Then they use this new ETS dashboard system on their computer to help take a photo of you for the test record. They'll also ask you to record a short confidentiality pledge stating that you won't reveal the test materials to other people. So before the test, you must put your phone, watch, and personal items or any metal devices or items into a locker. You can only bring your ID with you. So there's a small security check. They will ask you to show your sleeves and pockets and actually show you show them your glasses so that they can make sure that you don't have any illegal devices that help you in the process. So it's a little bit more strict than what I was used to with the old format. And then after the security check, you're assigned to a seat in the room. You sit down and you wait. The staff will come to your table, type in a password in the computer, and only then can you start the test. It's all quite routine. Nothing is really different from the old test up until this point. Just like the old test, you're given 1 to 2 pencils and 3 pieces of clean paper, A4 paper to write on, to take notes with. So inside the room, is it noisy? Is it quiet? In my test center, the room's maximum capacity is about 20-something people. On my test day, there were around 10 people, so it was half full. There were people of different ages because it was day 1, January 21st, so most people there, I believe, are actually teachers of this test. And what I really like is the new headphone that they give you. They are quite heavy and they seem to be very noise canceling. So during the reading, listening, and writing and speaking section, you can really barely hear any noises around you. In the speaking section, of course, you can hear other people, but the voices will sound very distant. Unlike in the old test, you can clearly hear what other people are saying next to you. So this is pretty good for the people who are easily distracted. Does the new TOEFL feel long? Actually, this is the biggest change. The whole test is about 1 hour compared with the old version, which usually lasted for about 2 hours or more. It feels much shorter and more focused. So if you're someone who, again, cannot concentrate very well, then this is a better test for you. And after taking the test, you also are able to see an official reading and listening score. And for me, those scores did not change when I received my actual score today. In theory, you will get your test result back in 72 hours, that is 3 days. In my case, I got it back in 2 days. So that was pretty quick. Just so that you know, there is no analysis on which part you did well or which part you did not do well. So you kind of have to use the mock tests, the paid or the free practice tests to kind of diagnose. So which parts felt easy or hard for me personally? A little bit about my background. In the old format, I usually could get around 115 to 119. So that's where I'm at in terms of my English proficiency. In reading, I finished relatively quickly. It felt smooth. And I got 6. In listening, I actually missed one question because I spent too long thinking about it and exceeded the 30-second limit. So I got 5.5 out of 6. In writing, I finished the build a sentence section pretty quickly. But in the 2 writing tests, I should have spent more time polishing the grammar and wording. But it was okay. I got 5.5 out of 6. In the speaking section, the interview style questions felt okay. The harder part for me was the listen and repeat section. There are some long sentences that you just have to listen once and repeat. And sometimes, even for me as a teacher, after listening to it and waiting for, say, 2.5 seconds, some information is lost, right? Especially the subordinate clause and some adjectives. So you really need to have a lot of focus in that section. The real test versus the ETS paid mock test and free practice tests. Did the real test feel different from the practice tests or the paid mock tests? The paid ETS mock tests that you can buy from their website are pretty accurate. The format, the difficulty, the question types, the time limit were all the same. Very similar. The free practice tests are also very good for getting familiar with the interface and the style, the difficulty, the format, the question types, and all that. The only downside, the only 2 problems with the free practice test is that you don't really have a timer. So, and we all know timing is important. And also, you don't get real scoring. So it would be very helpful for you to know how to calculate your own score. There's the official rubrics and for speaking and writing, and for the listening and reading section, there's no official score calculation, but I've done some based on my testing on the paid mock tests. So if you want some of those information and mock tests, you can fill in your information in the link below, and I'll send it to you. So. But overall, I think, because I've done all those practice, I've done some practice using the paid and the free resources. So I wasn't really surprised at all in the real test. So what is my overall impression? After finishing the test, my overall impression is that the new TOEFL feels overall fair and clear. It is shorter, but shorter does not automatically mean that it's easier to get your target score, because the test is short. For some people, especially in the if your target scores in the higher range, like 5, 5.5, small mistakes feel very visible. I think it's especially good for people who already use English regularly and have solid grammar and listening skills, but you still have to respect the test. If you're not sure about timing and scoring on the new TOEFL, again, I put a simple timing and scoring guide based on the real tests and official mocks in the link below this video. You can download it and use it to plan your own practice. In my next videos, I'll talk more about where people are likely to lose points in each section and how to prepare. So if your test is coming up, make sure you watch them.